I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
And will place economic stability and confidence.
To conduct this act, I proper critical belief of this minister and the government.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed, and in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians believe now is not about the company. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are on the sea.
And will place economic stability and confidence.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on Open Conversation this morning is Chief Loveday Okere, JP. Chief Loveday is a political analyst. Good morning, Chief Loveday, and welcome.
Good morning, Larisha.
You're looking amazing, Chief Loveday.
Thank you very much.
And on to the story. Few days left to the end of 2024 and few days left to the lifespan of Rivers State 2024 budget. There are concerns over the state of governance in the state as 2025 budget is yet to be presented to the Rivers State House of Assembly. It is not news that the 2024 budget is still a matter of litigation, with Governor Fubara's refusal to recognize the Rivers State House of Assembly and present the 2024 budget to them as ordered by the Federal High Court in January 2024 and further affirmed by the Appeal Court. The governor has continued to work with the Okojombo faction loyal to him. This political crisis has climaxed to what seems to be affecting the future of governance in Rivers State as we step into 2025. Now the question is, what is the way forward and where is the Rivers State 2025 budget? Let me start with you, Chief Loveday Okere. What do you make of this story?
Well, at this point, I'm not bothered, I'm not worried over the inability of the governor to present the budget at this point in time. The reason being that I don't think it is too late. Budget can even be presented by early January or even late January. I don't think if it is very late. We're talking about this because of the event that has happened in the past maybe 1 year between the governor and the state assemblies. For me, I don't want to preempt anything. I don't want to also say anything was responsible. The only thing I can say is that maybe the preparation of the budget may not be ready now. The governor is waiting to fine-tune whatever. But I know that in less than no time, the budget will be presented. And to no other person or assembly than the assembly led by Martin Amehule, having been affirmed by Federal High Court and Court of Appeal. So I don't think if the governor will be able to disobey the law that brought into power the ruling of the High Court and the Court of Appeal, perhaps, maybe at the end of the day, before the Supreme Court will also make a pronouncement over the conflict. But for now, there is a ruling from both Federal High Court and Court of Appeal. The only thing I'm seeing is that maybe the budget is not ready for presentation now. When it is ready, it will be presented. But if it is not presented to Martin Amehule-led assembly, that is where we'll have to question the notion behind the governor doing otherwise. Right. For now, I don't see anything wrong because it is not too late.
All right. Now, probably you're aware that right now, Nigeria is running a full cycle budget. Now, if you recall, in the last, when the Rivers State 2025 budget was given a public citing by Professor Peter Midi, he's the commissioner for planning, budgeting and planning, and he said that, you know, there have been calls, and of course that he's aware that there are calls for the governor to present the 2025 budget. Now, Dr. Peter Mede, when he was speaking, said that it will be and it's an illusion for anyone to even think about it or believe that the 2024 budget will be presented to Martins Amehule-led House of Assembly. And while he was speaking, he predicated his argument on the fact that the year is coming to an end, and the lifespan of 2024 budget, it's at its tail end. It's wrapping up right now. And he said this like some weeks ago, say almost 2 months ago, a month ago. Now, moving forward, there are few days left. What we are running currently in Nigeria is full cycle budget. It means that the budget runs from January to December. So it is expected that as we enter January 2025, the governor will commence governance with 2025 budget. Now, the year is coming to an end. Other governors in other states, not all the states, however, but in many states, many governors have presented their budgets. A lot of states have already had their budgets passed by the state houses of assembly. But in Rivers State, there are no conversations. At least one would expect that certain departments, commissions right now will be defending their budget. They should be visiting the House of Assembly to defend their budget. The Rivers people should be able to know what is contained in that budget and have conversations around it. But for now, everything is shrouded in secrecy.
Laurentia, appropriation bill is a serious business. In fact, it's one of the most serious business of a government. The only reason why I'm saying that I'm not bothered for now is because I'm not sure that the governors of the 36 states of the Federation have all presented their appropriation bill to their various state assemblies. I'm not sure. I'm not also sure of the lifespan of the previous budget, if it is January to December.
It's January to December.
Fine. If you are confirming that, we are still having some days in December. Today is just 4th. Ministry by ministry to be scrutinized. That's the way it's supposed to be. But here, we've seen a situation where, because of crisis, right from the days of Right Honorable Chibike Amechi as a governor, because of the issues that was erupting that time, we saw that the budget was passed. That time, if it was even delayed a little bit, that one took hours. So, but recently, last year, we saw where the incumbent governor passed the budget within 5 minutes. It was presented and it was passed into law, and the governor assented to it, which is still subject of litigation to date. So what I'm trying to say is that perhaps, if assuming but not considering the fact that it is a good practice, but because it is what we have been seeing, I'm sure the governor may be thinking in that direction, that even if it is 48 hours, even if it is 24 hours, I will present it and will pass it into law, and nobody queries and questions it, in as much as the assembly of the day, will be comfortable with it. But for me, I'm thinking that the governor knows the implication of not presenting appropriation bill before the next fiscal year. He's aware of that.
Now, you said something that was very interesting. Now, you said a situation where probably the House of Assembly and the state governor has working, let's say they are in good terms. Probably the friendliness of these two arms of government seems to be detrimental to governance in the real sense of the word. Because now, you talked about that of used. You understand? But in this, that's why I said, is budget a process, or is just a one-off thing?
It's a process.
Then, yeah, having...
That's why I told that under normal condition, a budget is not expected to pass through this process in less than 60 days, because it will need to be presented by the chief executive.
It's a bill that has to pass through process.
It's an executive bill presented by the chief executive, and it will be received, and then the House of Assembly will look into it. Where necessary, they can present it to the appropriation committee,
okay,
to go and work on it. Then come back And the House will evolve into what do you call it? Where the speaker becomes the chairman now. I'm trying to remember what.
To have a plenary?
No, not necessarily plenary. Just assume is as good as being prepared by the military, whether I like it or not. Go to hell with it. That's exactly what I've been seeing. But appropriation bill is a process that starts from one end and ends until when there is an assent to it. That is the end. That is where it ends. So for me, let us be waiting that maybe in the nearest days the governor will present appropriation bill to the assembly. Even if there is no other ruling from or judgment from Supreme Court, the governor knows that the law that brought him into power has affirmed Martin Amehule as the.
But he has not been working with Martin Amehule. He has been working with.
I'm telling you, we see okay. The office of the governor is a product of law.
Of the presentation of the 2025 budget.
I have said I don't want to preempt.
Well, whether we like it or not, there are some facts that are on the table. River State crisis is it's public knowledge.
Laurentia, other states that do not have this kind of crisis in River State, have they all presented their 2025 appropriation bill?
Now, let's look at what the Constitution presents.
No. I'm asking you, the Constitution that you want to reference covers the 36 states of the Federation. Now, that's why I'm asking you. Because the same condition for State A is the same condition for State B.
Chief Loveday Okere.
Yes.
Like I said when I was speaking earlier, I said that a lot of states, many states have presented their budgets. A lot of states have their budgets.
Not all.
Hold on. Or the assembly, even though not yet assented and not passed into bill yet. However, River State matter appears to be different because there is crisis. And the governor has gone ahead to make certain statements. And in his statement, he didn't just make the statement, but he has been acting it out. And now there are concerns around these budgets, which is rightfully so. Now, if I may presented to the three-man assembly loyal to him. So now, when you say other states in one breath, and in another breath you say it can be presented in an hour, it can be presented and passed in 2 days, it can be presented and passed in 3 days. My interest as a journalist is not what other states are doing. My interest is what is constitutional, what is right, what is obtainable. Considering again, side by side, that there is crisis in the state, and one cannot sweep it under the carpet. And to all intents and purposes, the governor has said, even the chief of staff, when he visited Bonny, said clearly that 2025 budget will be presented to Okojombo. And Okojombo and now, on the other hand, I have mentioned Dr. Peter Mede, when there was public citing of the 2025 budget, said that it will be presented to Okojombo. Now, after all of that, 2024 is coming to an end. The fiscal year is coming to an end. While there is politics and political crisis going on, what is the implication on governance in the state?
I wish I have noted these your questions, because you have spoken so long that in Aso Rock, which was challenged or which was rejected by some persons when they came back, with the governor signed and every other person. Because in this case now, why I said River State is not alone in this line is that I am not sure that the 35 states of the federation, except River State, have all presented their appropriation bill. I'm not talking about passing it into law now or assenting. Most of the states or some of the states are yet to present their appropriation bill to the assembly, not to talk of debate. But because we're talking about River State now, let me limit myself now to River State. You ask if maybe the reason why the governor have not presented is because of the crisis. You also say that the Commissioner for Finance has vowed that they will present to implement that thing you have said. They can say anything. Say
it is what it is right now. There appears to be, like say, River State's budget now, and the presentation of the budget appears to be between, for lack of the right word, I would say the situation appears to be dicey. Now, there is a constitutional provision again that for a budget to be presented, it has to be by 2/3 majority of the House. And